Hello everyone and welcome to State of the Realm, your weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. This week, we're here to announce Podcatser Highlight Month. I didn't really have a good name. That's the title of the stream, that's the title of the video. It's tentative, but essentially, there's not going to be a whole lot of Final Fantasy XIV news over the next several months while we wait on the delayed patch 5.3. So I want to take this opportunity to bring on a lot of different guests over the next 5 to 6 weeks. People who you might be able to listen to and enjoy while you're either trapped inside or out doing essential services, which we very much appreciate, if I can speak. So, let's start the intro so I can get to who our guests are. I'm one of your hosts, Michael, Mr. Happy Pulverome. Of course, joining me is Sly, a.k.a. Sly the Fox, a.k.a. made us all get bevs before the show started. How you doing, Sly?
I did nothing. I just wanted to grab a beer and everybody just followed suit. I am the patron deity of beers, I guess, or alcohol.
Can I get that artwork tweeted at us, please? The patron deity of beer, Sly. Just make him look like Bacchus. Just give me Bacchus Sly, please.
Not Smite Bacchus. Oh God.
No, like a better Bacchus. There you go.
Yeah.
And for our first Podcatser Highlight Month, people who we've actually met and said we were going to collaborate on something 9 months, no longer, like a year and a half.
A year.
Yeah, like a year and a half. We'll go with that. Yeah. No, last. Yeah. Okay. I lost track.
FanFest.
Yeah, FanFest. That's like a year and a half ago at this point. Damn.
Yeah.
Time flies. We got the two members that comprise She Heals, I Tank. We've got Avi and we've got Pete. Is that Avi or Avi? I ask you every time, and I get it.
You got it right the first time.
Okay, I thought so, but like I'm self-conscious about pronunciation because people from New Jersey suck. Now I'm one of them, so I can't really help but feel that way about everything. Welcome, both of you, finally.
Thank you so much for having us. We were really looking forward to it.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the drink, Sly.
Sly.
You're welcome, I guess.
There you go. See?
We got to raise one to the, what was it, patron saint?
The patron deity of beer? Booze? What do you want to be, Sly?
I'm going to call him Saint Sly.
There you go.
Saint Sly.
Sly brings the beer and we all bring everything else. Well, welcome. It's good to have you on the show. And like I said, this will be probably a pretty relaxing show. I imagine the next month or so of shows, because what are we going to talk about, huh?
There's so much content to talk about.
There is, but how much we can talk about it is a whole other story. All right.
I think Pete commented last week that there was actually not a single post on the Lodestone.
Like between our shows, Friday to Friday, there was no new Lodestone post.
Not even maintenance. Nothing.
No, yeah, there's just absolutely nothing. And we want to entertain the people. So it's a good opportunity to expose them to other podcasters and content creators who they can spend their many, 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 many hours that they have free, whether they be, again, essential workers or just trapped at home like the rest of us.
Yeah.
I think that'll be good. Before we get to the show, though, we do have sponsors for our show, so you guys have to sit through this now. I'm sorry, that's just how it's going to be. Okay, we've got Steel Series. They're one of our sponsors. They do monthly giveaways. In fact, I think last month's giveaway actually ended, which means I should pull a winner. I'll pull a winner before the end of the show. But we have monthly giveaways for Steel Series, 12% discount code, Mr. Happy 12. They've been sponsoring my channel and the show for a long time now, so be sure to support the sponsor, because it supports the show. And also we have our patrons, but we'll do a longer patron shout out later in the show because they've been kicking ass and taking names over there on Patreon as well. So thank you to our sponsors. And with that, let's get started. Now, before we go anywhere, She Heals, I Tank. Okay. Why She Heals, I Tank?
Mostly just because of the acronym that it makes. We were looking to do a podcast, and I wanted something that also wasn't Final Fantasy specific. And so I didn't want to do any sort of Final Fantasy 14 chocobo or anything like that in the name. And so we just did straight MMO, tanks and healers, and the acronym is SHIT.
He likes poop jokes, basically.
I'm a simple man.
It sure as shit is, because I had forgotten. I was like, oh yeah, She Heals, I Tank. And then I'm going to Photoshop, and I'm like, okay, let me put that in. Okay, I need to save the file. Overlay, That's right. Now I hit the save. End screen. SHIT. Bam. Done. Excellent. I don't know how I always forget it.
We lovingly call ourselves the Shit Podcast.
And then since being quarantined or social isolation, I got really into recreating all of our Twitch emotes, and I got obsessed with making them all poop puns or poop jokes. Because why not? So that was pretty darn fun.
Everybody loves a good swirl ice cream.
Exactly. I got really good at drawing it, too.
Sly, come on. Give me that.
I'm so good at drawing shit. Come on.
Exactly. It's too easy.
Okay, first off, I know this is your first time on the show, but don't co-sign with Happy on his fucking bad puns, please.
Sly.
That's kind of her thing.
I love bad puns.
Oh God, this is gonna be a great
Sly,
show.
that's
I'm, I'm more on your side, Sly.
Literally on the overlay, her and I are on one side, and you guys are on the other side.
Good.
It's perfect. It doesn't show that way in the Discord call at all. On the Discord call, her and I are on the top.
Actually, it does. For me, it does.
Oh, it does for me. It does, but the split is down the middle, like horizontally instead of vertically, like it is on the thing. Okay,
It's all on one line.
We got the name, but I guess again, I want people to become as what's the word? Because my brain sucks.
Acclimated?
Acclimated? No. I want them to learn as much about our guests as possible, while hopefully having a laugh and a drink.
Ease into us just to get used to our environment.
Just dip a toe in the shit.
Yeah. So, we all love a good origin story. Like how did it start? How did shit start?
So be the joke the whole time. I told it the easy joke earlier.
Shit started with a kernel in my brain. And for my job, I'm in sales, so it's not very creative or anything like that. And I was kind of just looking for a creative outlet to do. I had been listening to your podcast. I had been listening to LBR, and I thought I could do something a little different. And so I asked my lovely wife if this is something she would do with me, because I really didn't want to have co-hosts around the country that I had to organize and wrangle every week.
Mind you, when he asked me, I was like, this is going to be one of those projects that Pete wants to start, and then 2 weeks later it's just going to fizzle out. Sure, babe, I'll do this with you. Did we just have episode 250 or something?
218.
It's a ridiculous number that's still going. So
hey, let's go.
I've probably not done anything as consistently as this podcast.
It's pretty great though.
Don't let that come up in arguments. Trust me.
No way.
That stays. That statement stays. Trust me.
And I've really enjoyed the process though, because I had no experience doing anything like this. I never had any creative outlets really. And just learning everything from the ground up and getting frustrated with everything, it's been pretty rewarding.
I feel that last statement.
Mr. Happy's nod was so cute. So anybody listening to the podcast and not seeing it live, that was that little bro moment of I see you. It was really sweet.
Oh, man. What about with Final Fantasy 14? Because obviously we specifically met at FanFest and through Final Fantasy 14. This is a Final Fantasy 14 podcast, so everybody has an origin story about how he got started. Mine unfortunately starts all the way back in 1.0. Sly starts with the PS4 release. So where did shit get into Final Fantasy 14?
So I played 11.
Hey, I'm sorry.
I know. I played some WoW too. I kind of,
I'm also
but
sorry.
I played a lot of 11. And then it came out on PS4, and then that was PS3. Which one? I don't know. There's too many PS.
It was PS3 to begin with.
PS3. Okay. I don't even know 5's coming out now. And I think I had owned a bakery, and I was kind of things were kind of winding down, and I was kind of poor, and didn't have a lot of money to go do stuff. And Pete's well, hey, 14 just came out on PS3, and I know you loved 11. Let me give you this thing that'll take up a lot of time and not cost a lot of money. And so that's, I started right when it was just got to PS3. And then we were both playing on the PS3, and that doesn't work out because you're sharing and, one account. So then Pete brought out like his old gaming PC and started rebuilding it and then making another one. And then now it's just become this ongoing, taking up the entire closet behind me hobby of computer parts. And yeah, he came and joined and we just made an entire room for it. And
I can see that. I can see it twice. So nice we got to see it twice.
The whole room.
Although the cat bed is unfortunately absent of its attendee, or at least it would appear to be.
Yeah, they're hanging out in the window.
Oh, I know that life. I don't know where mine is. I got him a new blanket and catnip spray, and neither of those things have made him interested in my existence, I suppose.
Have you tried a cat dancer toy?
I was gonna say my character's not a Mikote, so no, I haven't.
It's literally a $3 toy, and it's a wire with cardboard on the end, and cats go nuts for it. Our cat carries it to the room where we are to make us play with him with it.
Welcome to the Cat Fancy Podcast.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Buy one for your Mikote.
I have a toy that I ripped everything off of it so it just looks like a bug. And if he sees me put it away, he jumps on everything until he gets to it. So I try not to get him things he loves too much, because then he will never let me live my life.
That's fair.
Sly, what about your cat? I'm sorry.
What would you name your cat if you had a cat?
Beer. Come here, Beer.
And are you picturing more of a Mikote or a Rothgar? Where are you going with your cat that you would get? I tried to tie it back to 14. I probably failed.
Morgana. Yeah, actually, I don't know how I didn't guess that.
No.
That'd be the ultimate weed move. Come on.
No, where's cat? No, it'd be Godo from Rido. So yeah, it'd just be a straight up black cat, green eyes.
There you go.
Can't go wrong with
Name
that.
it Bacon, like his Poogie.
I don't know what a
terrible
Poogie
human
is.
beings. Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Monster
Don't
Hunter,
worry,
yeah.
it might be a 14 podcast, but we go off on tangents about whatever the hell we want at any given point, because we know that people who are watching probably do play the other things we're referencing, like my Blue Roses and Animal Crossing that haven't grown yet. Sly and Ethis don't like hearing about that one.
No, it's just it's all we hear about.
We're an
nowadays.
Animal Crossing free household
My
as well.
best friend is an Animal Crossing. I get screenshots of hers all the time, and she's a big ESO player, so it's constantly like ESO costumes that she's created for her Animal Crossing character. And I'm like, cool, that's super fun for you.
Fun little thing. I mean, I know a lot of people who cross over with Final Fantasy 14 and that. They just did the Tomb Raider tweet even with Animal Crossing today. Yeah.
Oh, they're adorable.
Yeah.
Like, and then the Yoshi P meme with him with like when they were doing the live letter and they had the characters, like that was adorable.
See, we can work this in, Sly. We can start working Animal Crossing into the show. Just get it for your Switch, and then we're all set.
Nah, I'm good, family. You can have that all on your own. I'm good.
Sly, I've got all these DIYs that I need to get.
Nah, I'm good.
Right.
Like a pusher.
I am. Sly knows.
Yeah, he really is.
See? Not in a bad way. Okay, well, now that everyone's had a chance to meet you, learn about you, as Chat said, edumacate, or Sly said acclimate, or whatever reason that was.
Same difference.
Yeah, there you go. So you mentioned starting on the PS3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've clearly had quite a Final Fantasy 14 journey since coming to this point.
Oh, it's so different.
Been around for a minute. Not quite as long as you, but for a minute.
Longer than Sly. Sly waited till the PS4.
Oh, damn, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Funny thing, though, I actually did download the beta on PS3. It went away like the next day, so I couldn't do it. So, yeah, I missed out on PS3 memes.
So I really missed when I played in PlayStation. From 11, if any of you guys played on PlayStation, do you remember the keyboard that like split and then had the controllers on each end?
No, I had a Logitech $20 keyboard that I spilled yogurt on.
This was a thing?
This was a thing. It was amazing, and I've Googled it, and no one makes this anymore. But yeah, like, so take your controller and elongate it and plop a keyboard in the middle. It was the most amazing thing ever, and I was so mad that they didn't have that for PS3, and so I had to get the cheap Logitech keyboard and do the same thing.
Apparently, it was also a Logitech controller, according to chat.
Yay! So, other nerds.
The technology was there. I feel like I've seen pictures of that, but I've never actually held one.
It was wonderful. Like I immediately, as soon as I got it for PS3, I tried to find it again and failed miserably.
Yeah. So obviously, when you first got into it, it was a very different game for the both of you. How would you define your relationship with Final Fantasy XIV since then? Because you've had a long time to either, decide you're into certain aspects of the game, not into certain aspects of the game. I'm not a crafter or gatherer, really. I'm big on the raid thing. Sly's an all-arounder and likes fishing. He's got... Yeah, see? So where do you stand on the Final Fantasy XIV content scale?
I pretty much ride all the rides of this amusement park theme park. I do a little bit of the raiding. I'm not quite as hardcore as you are. I only do 2 days a week. We just passed 6S last week. We're on to 7S now. But I have all my crafters at max level. I really enjoy crafting, and I enjoy the big fish fishing. I did a lot of that in A Realm Reborn. Not so much
ocean fishing?
In the latest one. No, like big fish.
No, there's big fish. Big fish is different. Big fish is like the super rare collectible fish that like.
Oh, from back in the day.
The one where you had to go to like Southern Thanalan, wait for a heat wave at a certain hour of the day.
Get the double
like
mooch.
Relic stuff.
Double mooch.
Feast of Famine.
Yes.
Is that the name of the quest?
God.
That's the quest.
Feast of Famine.
I still haven't finished that quest. It's the only one like on my list that's still there.
I have to go back and do it because I got rid of it. Because after like so many years, like it was just on my quest list.
You can hide things on your quest list without.
Yeah, that's my motivation. I just keep it there, staring at me.
No.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
He got rid of a quest that I feel like should not be gotten rid of because you then have to start over.
I think everyone's done that. Maybe not like that degree, but at least once or twice. You're like, no, I would. Oh, okay. Now that you can hide them, not so much.
No, but I think the game is really great for that stuff. The crafting and gathering is probably one of the best crafting and gathering games I've played. I came from Dark Age of Camelot, so
you came from that's Yoshi P's favorite MMO before he started working on Final Fantasy XIV.
I wish it had more of a PvP element from Dark Age of Camelot. I wish there was an open world zone. Like my ultimate dream is just turn all of Coerthus into a PvP zone that we could all go to and kill each other at. And like, I don't know, I would still have it GC based. Like your GC is your PvP team. And then like, if your team's winning, you get 10% extra gil from every dungeon or something like that. Make it actually worthwhile. I hate that PvP is worth nothing in this game.
We should have him on with Frosty, Sly.
That is a tangent. This boy can go on for a really long time. I don't know if you saw my face glaze over. Like, I've heard this
That's
many
actually
times.
one of the origins of this podcast as well, because I wrote like a long thing to LBR one time about PvP, and they didn't cover it for a long time. I was like, fuck it, I'm starting my own podcast.
And then they covered it. So then it was just kind of a funny
and then like 3 weeks later they covered it. I'm like, oh well, I'm still doing it.
There you go. Yeah. Oh boy. What? Okay, that's his feelings. What about yours?
So is the question either like what I'm doing now or feelings now compared to before?
Well, so
the
much
journey.
Like what kind of content have you gravitated towards in that time, essentially? Because when you first join, you just kind of do whatever anyone tells you to do, and then you kind of find your footing after a while. It
changes for me. I feel like 14 and I have this like ever-changing relationship about what I enjoy with it, what I want to do, Heaven's Ward Summoner, things like that. That you just really enjoy at certain times and not at others.
Which one is Heaven's Ward Summoner under? And not that I feel like I need the guess.
Oh, I loved that was my favorite class of all time to play, like hands down. But I've actually this is kind of the thing I've talked about on our podcast is I was kind of fighting burnout on 14 from doing all the different things, which then had this like other level of guilt because I do a podcast.
All-time thing. Honestly. Yeah. That's an all-the-time thing.
Well, and so now I'm finally like letting myself feel that, I guess. And it's with this time playing other games and stuff too that I never got to finish. And so I've been lately, I'm not a gatherer, I'm not a crafter. I hate it, but it's so damn fast in Ishgard. And when I'm working, I can stop that immediately. So I might be waiting for emails to come in and gathering in the diadem to get those cute mounts.
Oh, just get the one that requires 5.5 million Sky Builders points. You'll have it in no time.
Ooh.
You only need to get 500,000 points on all 8 crafters and on each of the gatherers. You'll be done in no time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Long weekend.
Yeah.
But before that, we've done some of the hardcore raiding. I have carpal tunnel.
Yeah,
so.
in a Realm Reborn, she was more into the raiding. We did Coil.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we got to the first Coil when it was new, but the second and third.
Sly knows that life. Sly joined around the time like Final Coil was
Second
coming
Coil.
out. Yeah, I think Second Coil was out and Final Coil was coming out very soon when you joined.
Yeah.
Like this was before Final Coil got announced at
because it was February. It was February, and then it got because I met you at the Fan Fest where they announced Final Coil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aww.
And then we didn't really raid in Heaven's Ward, neither of us.
That's for the better. I was there.
And then I started.
Just not really a desire.
I started raiding
Why
again
are you
in
answering
Stormblood.
my question?
Oh, I didn't know it was just
Yeah,
for
this
you.
is Avi's turn, and now
Okay.
he's talking.
Go ahead.
That's
In
cool,
other
though.
words, shut up.
Didn't
Pete.
know I was interrupting.
I was like, oh, he's still going. Okay. Like, this is now you answering him, asking me. Cool.
This is how our podcast goes.
Yeah, I got a little bit of mansplained there. It's all right. I love you.
Ooh.
Chat said it first.
Ooh.
You're fired, KK.
My name is Paul, and this shit's between y'all. I'm sorry.
Sly, aka Paul.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Please continue, Abby.
But I think also the content that you like that I personally have enjoyed doing depends upon how many active people are in your FC and the relationships you have and what people need to do and stuff like that. And again, what class I enjoy playing. So I'm more casual. I'm extreme casual right now. I'm like on a break casual. But before that, I was, but I capped tomes every day. I make sure I got my recent 24-man raid drop. I made sure I was constantly keeping up with every little thing, even if I wasn't doing the high-end raiding, because up until recently, I was working full-time and going to school at night full-time. So it was kind of impossible to...
Yeah, it got really tough for you when you were going to school as well.
Yeah, so I kind of that's when I stopped. I actually love how I don't realize that's why I stopped raiding until I say it out loud. But night school is what took up most of my time. So I'm excited to kind of maybe find some more time and see.
Well, as long as there's something there that interests you.
Well, and glamour, the true end game.
How many glamour plates do you have? All of them?
There are not enough.
I have
I've got-
8 items in my glamour dresser.
Oh, honey.
I've had the same glamour for since 2015 or 16.
What's a glamour dresser?
It's inventory, Sly.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
it's inventory for that old gear that you kept, and you're like, why do I still have this? But you just stick it in there because I don't get it. What if I need it again?
No, I remember back in the day where I had a retainer dedicated to the cool looking gear that I kept.
She still has a retainer dedicated to 3 pages of dyes.
Because when you're glamoring, it's really annoying to not have the dye accessible in the same location.
I have a major advantage in that, and honestly, a good piece of advice: if you don't see colors, then you don't have to buy dye. So I've got a major advantage on that.
Character just looking like Raggedy Ann. Patchwork.
Raggedy Ann if she was colorblind.
Raggedy Ann doesn't match, hun, at all.
Holy shit.
Raggedy Ann if she was colorblind. There you go.
Oh. So
All
yeah,
right, so I have
Chat, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, I would say Chat just said that you consider it 400 free inventory spaces if you wanted to keep extra gear there.
Yeah.
So you can use it for that.
I have the same glamour all the time, but I have 200 pieces in there just to get it out of my inventory.
Oh, boy.
Because you never
Porter's
know.
Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a random question because, when I started, I remember when I started on the beta in Famfrit. And then I moved to the Cool Kids table that is Behemoth. What server did you start out on? And if so, if you switched servers, where'd you switch to?
We started out on Adamant Toys. You say it's Twa, but I think that sounds stupid.
I just like to mess with it.
Adamant Toys. And it actually turned out kind of cool because she met like an old Navy friend
it was actually so I had a friend who I played Final Fantasy 11 with, and she was my best friend in game, and she had started playing 14, and I knew she would be. So when he got me the game, I reached out to her, didn't hear back, created a character on Adamantoys just because let's see what happens, and it happened to be the server her character was on. So it just like kismet worked out perfectly together where we ended up on the same server to start out, and then we've moved.
Yeah, and then the FC started getting smaller and smaller. Somehow I ended up becoming FC leader, which is not my forte at all. I don't want to run shit. And I let all the permissions, like pretty much anyone can do anything except new recruits. But then it just got, I think Avi was getting more, she wanted a bigger FC.
Well, I play the game to socialize and hang out with people and do things with my friends. He's a crafter who can sit there and do stuff by himself for hours. So I
play with myself for hours.
Made an alt on Gilgamesh with a bunch of the guys over from Maelstrom Radio, actually, and we started having a lot of fun. They're another podcasters. And the FC just kind of started growing, and eventually I like transferred my character, like seriously, the week before they announced that they were going to do the world visit system. I paid for it.
Yeah, she paid for her whole FC to move to Gilgamesh.
I paid for one other person.
No, it was a few.
I mean, that could still be the whole FC for all we know. We haven't really dived into the details of the matter.
We had some people that were nice and paid for themselves. They still came with us.
But yeah, they came with us to Gilgamesh, remainder of it.
One person stayed, and now they have control of the FC mansion. But I have an alt that's in that FC, and I keep on checking back, seeing if he left, and I can have the mansion all to myself or not.
Why?
I want a mansion. I do have a large house on Gilgamesh too. I don't know how I ended up with that either.
I literally, my girlfriend bought a house, like a small one on Gilgamesh in 2014. And I've shared that estate with her. She just logs in every so often to keep it because she said, I'll be damned if anyone else gets this house.
I was super into gardening for a bit.
But the other one's a server you don't even play on.
But he could always play on. If he's playing by himself, he can do whatever he wants.
Oh, all right.
Sometimes it's just a matter of, just gotta have it.
When we transferred, I left my large house. I didn't get any of that money back. Yes. Any of that gil back.
Hold that house. Exactly. So you never know.
But yeah, paying to move before they gave a world visit was pretty painful.
At least there's nothing really to buy with gil in this game. So the housing is basically the only thing you ever need gil for. Housing items.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know. As if I ever spend anything on housing. I have an apartment that has like one pillar in it. And that's like it. I just put like a pillar down.
You have a pillar? What?
I think I remember I just like got one from something and I'm just like, I guess I'll put it in my house. And I just like stuck it in the middle. What I should do is make just like chocobos everywhere. That's it.
Don't they automatically come with the book? What's it called? The journey?
Unending Journey.
Yeah.
I think you have to craft that.
I think I'm pretty sure that you have to put that down yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck. I have nothing in my apartment then.
So what you're saying is you're going to do a Mr. Happy Learns How to Decorate a House stream coming up because of the content lull.
Hell no. I'm going to keep playing Animal Crossing. The Happy Home Academy comes and checks on my fucking house every week, and they're just like, you got an S rank, but man, it looks like you could use something on your wall over there. And I'm like, you fucking right. Give me something. I got gold bars and a briefcase worth 100,000 just chilling on the counter. I'm good. Don't look at me like that, Sly. Just because I hate housing in 14 doesn't mean I have to hate it in Animal Crossing.
Well, and you have a picture behind you actually resting on the ground that could be hung up.
Yeah. And I didn't literally that you're talking about my Mr. Happy jersey. Yeah, I didn't even put that in the frame. So it's just there. My girlfriend did it. My girlfriend did it, and I'm just like, okay, I guess that'll just go there.
It bleeds into the games and everything.
I feel weird See, I have pictures behind.
So all you need to do
screen.
is you just need to give me something to chroma key for you, because I'll just chroma key it on my end, and then I'll set up your green screen on my end, and you can have a background.
Yeah.
Is that like a Twitch jersey?
Oh, that. Yes. That's my first ever
Yeah.
partner jersey.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
That's really cool. That's a cool thing to frame.
Yeah.
I was like, did you play in a softball league? What's going on?
Yeah, the Twitch softball league.
That'd be cool. Actually,
No, not with me on it. It wouldn't.
Yeah, he would need the Blitzball league.
That's what we call the losing team.
Oh.
Listen, I played baseball and t-ball when I was young. I think I hit one ball, and when I actually went from playing t-ball to baseball, the coordination, not there. And I don't think I've ever caught one either. Or if I did, I blacked out, because I wasn't a part of it. That's all I know.
Oh, that was not great.
Closed his eyes and swung.
I got hit in the mouth with a softball once. Tipped off the glove, and that hurt. So I literally caught one with my face.
Oh, that's painful.
Sorry, I don't know. That's what it made me think of when you said I may have blacked out. That thought.
I was good at sports.
Oh.
For real, or?
No, for real.
Okay.
I love playing sports.
I'm still not 100. I'm not sure, because you're like saying it like you don't mean it. Really, like, yeah, I was great at sports.
Well, what was your main sport, Pete? In high school.
In high school, it was lacrosse.
That's why.
I was a goalie.
He's the lacrosse guy.
You were like, listen, if anyone's gonna get their ass beat, I'm gonna be the last one. I'll be the last line of defense.
The lacrosse goalie is probably the craziest person on the team.
Yeah, because everyone just runs at you, charge at you.
I love blowing people up when they got close.
It's okay. I played DDR in high school for
No
7
shame.
years. I was like, listen, it's the national sport of Sweden, so that's the sport as far as I'm concerned.
Do you have like any recordings of this?
Somewhere, but I don't think I'm in them. I think it's just me recording the screen, because I didn't have the technology to record everything.
I missed an opportunity a couple of years ago when they had the DDR machine at TwitchCon.
I played it.
Record Mike. Yeah, he did. I missed the opportunity.
It's okay, because I'm too fat to play it, and my hand-eye coordination's not as good as it used to be.
I actually played DDR for the first time at TwitchCon when we went to Coin Up.
All those places have pump it up machines, and I hate it now. Very few of them have DDR machines.
Yeah.
So I hate it. I don't like pump it up.
I'm sure there's some reason behind it all.
So while we've been in a content drought, I've been doing something kind of fun. Sly, you know what I've been up to. Why are you giving me that look?
Besides
like you don't
playing 11 in Animal Crossing?
Yeah, I actually know what he's doing. I saw it earlier.
Sly, I replayed through all of A Realm Reborn.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
And it has been an adventure.
That doesn't sound good.
Now, did you do this just because of the content drought, or you wanted to experience it one last time before they change it?
One last time? Yes, both. Yes, the answer is actually yes to both. I was going to do this anyway, Sly. Even if we were getting the patch June 16th, which is now the day I'm convinced would have been the patch, if not for everything else. Yeah. But I wonder, have you guys considered doing anything like that in the time that you have, as opposed to play? Sly, listen, when we do the Realm Reborn Zivia,
if I do,
Sly, by the
it
way,
would probably be another job.
Sly, I'd like to tell you right now, by the way, after 5.3, we're going to do a Realm Reborn a revamp Air Zivia, so get ready for it.
Oh, so just read the Encyclopedia Oreo? Got it.
No, man, it's going to be all 2.0 to 2.55 in-game lore, stuff that you learn from your job quests, from the crafting quest, from the main story. I hope you're ready for it, Sly.
You know, Ethos doesn't ask any crafting questions. What the fuck are you talking about?
Man, every crafting guild gives you a spiel about their entire history the first time you talk to the NPC.
Yeah. When the fuck has Ethos had asked?
He's asked stuff about the crystalline mean before. Don't give me that. He doesn't know that this is happening, by the way.
One question. You're saying one question.
If he asked about the skills, I could do it. But if he asked about the story, no go. Skip.
I at least remember stuff about the story from the crafting guilds and everything.
I'll try every story, and then if I get bored, I skip the rest of the way.
Ah.
I won't skip any.
Wow, you two are literally opposites attract from everything you've described about your gameplay
Pretty
experience.
much.
I'm like,
Jeez.
you had your chance to hook me, you missed it, and I'm just leveling now.
Then he goes, "Hey, Avi, we're going to talk about this thing on the podcast. Pay attention when you do it." Because he's inevitably done it first.
Well, I'll listen to the MSQ, but
So just make sure you pay attention. Like, thanks.
It's okay. And for anyone watching, yes, I'm aware the Discord call looks a little grainy right now. I apologize. It's nobody's fault except mine, probably. But that's how it's going to be. I think you'll get over it.
let's just blame it on Discord.
It's just Pete's face right now. Oh,
No, it's everyone's face. On my end, yeah, it's everyone's face. It's no.
Oh, it is.
That means it's mine. That means it's on my end. It's my Discord connection. That's not playing nice. But before anyone comments on it, I figure I'll beat them to it.
Haha.
Hey, so have you guys considered revisiting anything old? It doesn't have to be a full playthrough of A Realm Reborn like I have, but
A while ago, I started playing through again, and my goal was to like play through it on Gilgamesh and then transfer over to a different data center just so I have a character on that data center. And I got to like patch 2.2, and I'm like, this is just too fucking tedious. I'm not doing it. Like leveling, that part is easy now. Even before they I think in the last live letters they said they're going to increase the XP even more, where you don't have to do any side quests. I never really had to do any side quests, anyways. You run leveling roulette once a day, you're good.
Yep.
that was my experience. in
But
this
Final
last few
Fantasy
weeks.
14 is a single-player Final Fantasy game that happens to be an MMO. So be able to do it without having to talk to other people.
Trust me, I wish there was less talking I had to do to other people when I replayed through A Realm Reborn.
Can you get this stick for me? I know it's only 6 inches away, but it's like so far, and I swear I'm going to reward you and make you get a stick that's even further the next time.
That was not
So-
the problem.
So they said with the revamp of A Realm Reborn, it's going to be like 13% less quests. Do you think that's really enough to get anyone who is like, oh man, it takes too long to get to the end game to play the game? Like 13% of 200 hours? Like,
So I have now all the metrics I need to have this discussion because I just replayed them all. So it took me 63 hours and 16 minutes to get from 1 to 50 and complete the 2.0 to 2.55 main scenario quest, as well as an extra hour to cap on my grand company.
did you watch all the cutscenes, or
We
did you
did.
skip them?
We watched every cutscene.
Why would you replay it and not watch them? If you're going to replay it, you go for it.
Because you already know it.
No.
We had to make fun of the A Realm Reborn voice acting. That was the most crucial experience that we had to come to appreciate. And then we had to miss 2.0.
We actually had a listener do this all for us, so we know it too.
We had to listen to 2.0 Merlewub because she's the only voice that going into 3.0 got worse. Everyone else got better, and she went from
true.
awesome to like, who's this? Who are you? I want the old one back. And I still stand by that. Every time she spoke, I shut up. I listened. I listened to Merlewub.
She's so intimidating. How could you?
Exactly. I had to let her speak. I had to let Merlewub speak. I still can't say her
mean,
last name, but that's fine.
No. I think
like
so
Lufus
we
Twin.
realized we realized on our podcast that like lore is our weakest area. So we have a little segment we do teaching Pete lore where I basically create a multiple choice question for him or something like that. And one of them was actually how to spell her name.
Did you
I
get
got
it right?
close. Hell no.
No, not even a little bit.
Do you remember now?
Hell no. She could ask me every damn question from Teaching Pete lore. I might get half of them right.
I'm trying to think of one on the spot now. What? Okay.
Like Merlewub's. Did you have to spell Merlewub's
Last
first name or
name,
full
yeah.
name?
Last name.
Yeah, the last name.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
fuck
I think
that
I could
shit.
get her first.
I mean,
name.
I can pronounce it, but I can't like.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
I
give
can-
you
I
that.
can-
The last name is tough. The last name, no matter how many times you've done the story, I couldn't remember. I just know how it's pronounced approximately, and Sly said it correctly.
Nice.
But I can't say it.
And when in doubt, I always just guess Asians.
He's not wrong. Alligans
is-
or Asians
yeah.
is usually the answer to
Yeah.
most things. I was trying to think of one. What's the name of the I guess I'll call it a jewel. What's the name of the artifact in the Ultima Weapon's heart, or in the Ultima Weapon's chest?
I do
See,
not
this
know.
is
Beef taco.
this is why I require multiple choice.
Beef soft taco.
Okay, beef soft taco, say.
Yeah.
Which
I'm
I
gonna
guess
go with beef
technically-
soft taco.
Okay, he doesn't need to hear the rest of the choices. Got it. Yeah, no, I almost spoiled it because it's called the Heart of Sabik. That's why I said it was.
Oh, you know, if that was a choice, I probably would have got that one.
Yeah, because
I remember
considering
that
it's in all the Ultimate Weapon songs, and that's the lyrics to the Ruby Weapon song. Everyone thinks it's beef soft tacos. It's beating Heart of Sabik over and over again. Because I played
That's awesome.
2.0 and I remember these things sort of.
Yeah, your chat's smart.
Yeah.
They knew it.
Well, they knew because they just watched me redo it. If they had forgotten, they would have remembered anyway. Also,
It's all nice and fresh.
yeah, it's very fresh.
It sounds painfully fresh.
No, actually, it was pretty relaxing. 63 hours, 16 minutes. I watched.
How many
every
days?
It
cutscene.
sounded like a tagline
10
for
days.
gum. Painfully
10
fresh.
So I
That's
did
not
9
a lot.
leveling roulettes in that time. Oh, actually, no, that's not
Yeah.
true. I only did 6 leveling roulettes because I was level 50 when I hit the level 44 main snare, and I stopped doing leveling roulettes. It was
Damn.
it was way better than I thought it was going to be. I was ready
Good.
to throw a chair out the window when I first thought of the idea, and then it was actually fun, and I would recommend people do it before 5.3. Just wait for the Moogle Trove event so you can get some of those irregular tombstones along the way.
May as well.
It's going to be coming up. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
My main is actually still the first character I started with.
Mine is
Like,
too. Mine's my
that's-
legacy character.
Yeah.
My 1.0 character.
Ooh, nice.
Got to keep that tattoo.
And the opening cutscene.
Is it like a... Oh, no, it's the shoulders. For some reason, I was just thinking it was like a tramp stamp, and I was like, is it the same for
Yeah,
the guys?
it's
Because
up
that would
here.
be weird. But no, it's up there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Never
back.
mind.
It's back of the neck. Yeah, because we get a different intro cutscene too, and a different ending cutscene for Realm Reborn.
Like, we're sorry. Here you go.
Pretty much. I mean, no, that's what the $8.99 a month subscription is for, instead of anything else. That's the
That is
listen.
pretty nice.
You paid when it was really bad. Now you don't have to pay as much. Okay.
Don't ever cancel or you lose
Don't-
that.
Yeah, don't cancel or you're done. Okay. Yeah, that would be bad. Now that you mention it, because
That's pretty clever, actually.
hey, it worked out for me. So there's no part like of the old, even like outside of Realm Reborn. Is there anything you never got to complete, you never got to tackle that this time has been making you think I should maybe go back and look at it?
I think anything that I missed, I did unsynced. Like the Alexander raid, Savage, I did unsynced. But not, like I didn't really feel any need to go back and then like, challenge that for real at level sync or whatever.
So this is kind of not making me do Final Fantasy, but so when I first started playing 14, Dragon Age Inquisition had come out, and I had got so into 14 and then was so into 14 for so long that I never was able to like dedicate the full time to beat Dragon Age Inquisition. I got like 50 hours in and then would get distracted. So that's what I've been excited to do, is to play the game that 14 kept me from playing. So it's kind of related.
A little bit. I meant more in game, but yeah, you know.
I've only been crafting and gathering.
For some reason, I went into Eureka last week and got 2 levels in, what's the second one? Pagos or Pyros?
Pagos.
Pagos. Got 2 levels in Pagos, so I'm now elemental level 30 in Pagos. I still want that damn Ozma mount, but oh my god, the shit grind that is to there. And it's like not even that hard, like it doesn't take that long. It's just so fucking boring.
Luckily, 35 to 60 is significantly improved. So if you can get a little
Is
bit
it?
further. Well, 35 you just reflect for Pyros you just reflect farm, and then for I guess you could technically do the same in Hydados, but it's just the maps are better. The Pagos map is not very good for running around. And
Like I do that for
150%
5
echo
minutes
doesn't
and I
run well.
fucking hate myself.
Hey, hey, listen, she played 11. She wants that glam. She wants that Kieran Osode and that Vermi cloak.
I actually really can't handle Eureka either. And that was also big when I was really busy with school. And I was like, I am not going to make myself take my little bit of time I have to play and do something I'm not enjoying. So I really focused my time on only doing things that brought me joy. Oh, God, I sound like Connery. All right.
Sly, what did I do when Pagos came out?
You waited a while.
What did I do instead of Pagos?
What did you do?
I played
Did you
Final
play
Fantasy
11?
11.
I knew it.
I was like, you want me to play Final Fantasy 11 14? I'll play Final Fantasy 11. You won.
You're that kid. I see. Okay.
I needed to prove a point that I could play 11. I had more tolerance for 11 than I did for Pagos at the time.
I get it. It was, but what's so interesting is that like some people love it. Like love Eureka and really enjoy. There's this whole like divide.
Me! I just don't like Pagos.
Well, it's the same. Like I've watched a couple of 11 streams, and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look like it's for me. And just like I don't want to go back to Dark Age of Camelot. Like I prefer just to have the amazing memories. I don't want to go back to it and like compare it to like a modern day game.
Yeah, but Tony Hawk's Pro Skater's being remastered, so you'll get a little bit of it.
Saw that.
I can't wait for every VOD to be muted because of copyright strikes because of the music.
Oh yeah.
We got to do that. We'll do a TBG about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Sly. I'll just tweet at Tony Hawk. I'm sure he'll join. Dude, forgot Tony Hawk.
I mean, just say you lived in San Diego.
I did. It would be the truth at the very least.
That's what I'm saying. He's a big San Diegan, support locals kind of guy.
There you go. Yeah, I'm sure he'll say yes. I have no doubt.
He might ask you to do a kickflip.
He's also asking me to break my leg. So I've done one kickflip in my life. One. And I blacked out, and I don't know how I landed, but I did.
You do that a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm drinking.
The board, so. No wheels.
Whenever I'm successful in something, I like to say I blacked out because I don't want to take credit for it. I'll be like, it happened. Like I just ultra instinct. It happened. That's it. I win. I don't know what happened along the way. All right.
As you run around like popping bottles of champagne, cheering yourself, bringing around your gold medal. Just kidding.
I don't think I've ever
Action
popped a bottle of champagne.
Never?
No.
Not once?
I mean, I've certainly had champagne.
Well, you're going to pop it at FanFest if it happens again.
I don't think I've ever been the person with the knife who goes and then just like flings it off. It looks really cool, but I would hurt someone.
You can do that with your thumb too.
Yeah,
you can do it with the thumb. Yeah, like what?
Knife.
No.
The knife gives you more control.
No, that's the shit you see on America's Funniest Home Videos.
That sounded like something my husband would say.
It's only going to go bad.
Mm-hmm.
It can only go worse from here.
Unless you're Elton Brown. He can do it. No one else.
Yeah.
I think that's the last person I saw do it. Now that I think about it.
I actually just watched. He's been doing live videos on YouTube, and it was his wife's birthday, and he was going to do it, and it was live YouTube video, and he actually cracked the entire bottle, shattered the top.
Yes.
And they still drank it.
Yeah, of course. It's a little broken glass in your champagne. You're rich. Fuck it.
It stinks.
He's Alton Brown. Fuck it. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Oh man. All right. Well, we've covered quite a few topics leading up to today, and I feel like you've also given fairly good insight as to how you're spending your time in 14, and that not very much at all. Which I think
in there more than I am.
Me more than her, definitely. But it seems like lately all I've been doing is raiding our 2 nights a week, and then I'll occasionally get on and craft something, maybe run an expert roulette or a leveling roulette.
Okay, Pete, shut up. You literally just said all I do is list 20 things.
I only do everything.
And this is how the podcast goes. She tells me to shut up.
All I do is this. It's a lot. That was a lot.
But not Eureka.
I love you.
Guys, this is one of the reasons you should definitely watch their podcast.
It's definitely what it's like to be married to your gamer buddy. I don't know, like
your gamer buddy.
Your gamer buddy.
That's it.
I started the wrong end to like married first.
So wait. I have a question. So it is called She Heals, I Tank.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all have y'all really raided together? Like hardcore?
In a Realm Reborn we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did she heal and you tank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was still trying to determine how much of this was for the shit acronym.
The only time I wasn't actually a main healer was Heaven's Ward, because I've been a scholar the whole time. I love scholar, and which I know is rare. Well, I haven't had the time to put effort into learning the healers.
Still?
I know.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm a good scholar, so it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, you might just suck.
I knew he was going to do something. I saw that coming a mile away. I knew he was going to be like, just quick motion of the hand.
But yeah, Heaven's Word when I Summoner was the only time I was not main scholar because it was amazing.
Still only had the level 1 job at the very least. There you go. Has it ever been reversed?
We'll do an occasional stream like that. Never for anything hard level, but I think I've done one expert roulette as a healer before, probably in Stormblood, and yeah, it's bad.
He's a bad healer. He's a really bad healer.
Because I don't want to be one of those healers that doesn't DPS, and then I always get myself into trouble by DPSing too much and not healing.
At all.
Healers DPSing. When was the last time I saw that during a Realm Reborn restart? Never. Right.
Really?
I had a lot of sprouts.
Oh.
A lot of sprouts and a lot.
Oh, and you went DPS, right?
Yeah, I
waited so long
solo
to
queued every DPS queue. I'd allowed nobody to queue with me.
That's what. So what DPS did you choose?
Black Mage.
That's what I was leveling to.
Black Mage is so much fun.
What did you start the game as?
I started in 1.0 as a pugilist because Monk didn't exist in 1.0 until 1.18, I think it was. So I was a pugilist. My level 50 skill was Simian Thrash, which was an 8-hit attack that could only be triggered after you dodged something. And I don't mean dodges in here's the AoE and you didn't get hit by it. I mean like literally the dodge status. Like it swung at me, it didn't hit me, and now I do Simian Thrash. It sucked.
Sounds really painful.
When you only gained experience points when you attacked, and occasionally your skills would give you experience points because you didn't get any EXP from killing the monster.
Sorry.
Yeah, 1.0 didn't sound like a game I would play for very long.
To be fair, you got character EXP from killing the monster. You didn't get class EXP because you had character level and you had class level. And tanks had to level and gladiators had to level their gladiator level and their sentinel level separately. Their shield was its own class.
That's horribly designed. I actually never heard that about 1.0.
It took me 2 months to get to max level, and I was in the top 10.
When you died, would you EXP roll back?
I don't even remember anymore.
Oh, because that was an 11 thing. I remember you died.
It sure was. It still is, but not by very much.
Yeah, that was a Camelot thing.
So Sly, what class did you start as?
When I started the beta the first time, Gladiator.
Nice.
Yeah, Sly, when are we doing the paladin? She listen, you tank, I heal. There you go.
No. I would rather actually heal.
Yes.
So.
Come on. You're a Dragoon. You're used to tanking.
Nah.
The floor.
Nah, fam.
See, she said it, not me.
I actually enjoy. Well, I haven't played it in Shadowbringers at all, but I actually enjoy Dragoon in PvP. I'm like, it's like I'm playing Street Fighter 2 again. I just mash all the buttons and I kill the thing.
I don't know if that's how most people remember Street Fighter 2.
I'm sorry. Wait.
I'm pretty sure like people go like, yeah, quarter circle back attack, just
down R, up L, Y, B. Play the same characters. I remember all that shit. That was a joke.
I can only imagine what Dragoons, quarter circle, half circle forward, 360 grab, lariat, whatever is. Dragoon's really good at PvP, yeah.
It is. You're right. If you press the right buttons, things happen.
Well, and since they simplified it all, that you can just go like, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and it's your whole combo. So it's so dumbed down that it's just like, oh, like I can mash and not know this class, but like kill people.
You're getting into dangerous territory talking about PvP based on your description of his tangential experience or his tangential feelings about the state of PvP in Final Fantasy XIV.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no PvP in Final Fantasy XIV.
It's okay. I think the devs share the same opinion with you, so that's fine.
But it has amazing glamours and
God,
rewards.
we need y'all on with Frosty. Jesus Christ.
Him and Frosty could honestly do like the whole show, and we would just watch, and we could still call it State of the Realm. It would be perfect.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
That's how you do it. Get other people to do your work for you.
Profit.
Yeah, I invited people. I did my part. The 5 lines I wrote for our show notes is the most I've done for show notes in like a year and a half.
Oh, that's so different from what Pete does.
Yeah, I like to write everything out.
I don't. I'm like, here's what we're talking about. We'll figure it out. All right. And honestly, this show is still that. I was just like, I guess I'll send them something. Sly was already making notes because he didn't think I was going to do it. He's like, yeah, mine are like the same.
Yeah, like roughly like they were about the same, pretty much.
Is there anything you had that I didn't?
No, honestly. Mm-mm.
So they were the same. They weren't like the same. They were the same.
Wording.
Sly. I'm just trying to make sure if there's anything you wanted to add to the show that we don't miss it, because you are a valuable member of the team.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That kind of sounded like our married couple dynamic.
Well, Sly and I have been doing this long enough that it is pretty much a married couple dynamic.
Yeah.
We haven't really figured out who's on top yet, but we'll figure it out at some point.
Just swap. It's fine.
Someone's got to take initiative.
There you go. Sly's like, my beer's empty. I kind of need more after this. There you go.
I was like, a true podcaster does not grab one drink at a time.
I had 2 and I'm out.
Yeah. I'm from New Jersey, so we don't get drunk, but this is what we call a social beverage.
Just straight up whiskey?
Yeah, because we can still drink it recklessly, but doesn't do what the Jaeger bombs do. Doesn't have quite the same effect as 6 Jaeger bombs because your bros are all just like, yeah.
Well, I think if you drank them as fast as Jaeger bombs, they would.
Yeah, but then why are you drinking whiskey?
Right.
There you go. See, that's the beauty of it all. All right, Sly, you done pouring that? Looked like you were pouring.
Sure am.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I was buying time for you to get the booze.
Thank you.
No, but for real, Sly, was there anything that you were thinking of, you were considering that you had to ask or you wanted to go on a tangent for?
Memories, I guess. I mean, but we already had that in the.
Well, then ask about it. I mean, memories from the 14 earlier days is kind of. I relived those.
No, not 14. Like not just strictly 14 memories, but actual IRL interactions.
Well, I mean, we got FanFest and stuff like. Oh God, Sly, Sly. You and I have had a lot of real life interactions.
I think he means like the 4 of us. Like honestly, when I think of Sly, I remember an emerald. Velvet blazer and like the most amazing sparkly loafer shoes in Vegas, and I just like kept petting him, and I was like, he's so soft. I may have been very intoxicated because of Sly's like, we should all drink, and it was a lot of
Sly wanted to drink? No.
Right?
Vegas?
Vegas.
That doesn't sound like the Sly I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny, Sly? The Vegas I met you at, you didn't do a lot of that. It was all the ones after. How did
he was
I
on good
ruin
behavior for the first
much?
one.
How did I ruin you like this?
I don't know.
The first one, you're like, oh, I'm just so happy to be here. The second one, you're like, fuck it, yeah!
My first memory of you, though, Mr. Happy, was actually, sorry, guys, I need to go to bed. That was, I get up early. It's like, okay, I understand. I'm normally that person, but not today.
I woke up at 5:30 in the morning every day for the past 4 years.
Pretty much.
I am the first one to leave. When my girlfriend does not like it when we have company over. She's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have friends over. We're gonna do like a Smash night or like board games or gonna make like food and we're all gonna." And I'm like 8 o'clock. They're all just getting there, and I'm like, was nice meeting you. I'm gonna go upstairs and close the door. I'm gonna go to sleep. Throw in my earbuds, throw on something on Netflix, and I'm out.
Took me a while to figure out what Smash Night was.
Yeah, a little bit different than what you were probably thinking initially.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Being Smash Brothers,
Terrible.
not Orgy.
Terrible.
This is the guy who
Fucking
started the
terrible.
shit podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just
Terrible.
haven't played Smash since the N64.
Yeah, no, different meaning.
been a
Different
while.
meaning nowadays. Most of the time, it more often refers to Super Smash Brothers than the original intent, I feel.
I believe that would also depend upon the crowd of people you're hanging out with. Not that I'm saying I hang out with the other, but I think that would vary greatly.
You felt like you thought about the tangent you were going down on, and as you got towards the end, you were like, I shouldn't stop.
Yeah, I'm not one of those that me go back with the possible, yeah. Well, so I actually work in IT, and so I'm like the rare girl who then is also like the only gamer. So I'm used to being around, right? Doesn't make sense. But so you're used, like, I would say that, and I know that everyone in my office would think the other thing. That's where that came
I'm
from.
not actually that surprised. I worked in IT, and I was the only gamer. Because they were all just older dudes who just programmed, and that's all they did. And they told me YouTube was stupid and that I should not try to pursue a career in it.
Haha, sucks to be them.
Yeah, well, you know. I haven't spoken to Haney in ages, but that was his
Do you
name.
send him AIM messages telling him to suck it?
No, believe it or not, it's the last thing I do is send him AIM messages.
I figured that's what they were still on.
No, I think Facebook Messenger would be adequate. I think that's the new messenger that if anyone uses a messenger in the West, it's probably that.
Your mom's on it. Your grandma's on it. Everyone's on it.
Don't fucking remind me.
Yeah, don't remind me.
I didn't even accept my mom's friend request on Facebook.
He didn't. I'm his mom's friend.
I know that feel. I accepted it begrudgingly.
I'm like, we still live in the same city. You see me enough. We don't need to be friends on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm 3,000 miles away, and I'm like, just call me. Just send me a text. I don't.
Right.
Old
Why you gotta be on Facebook though? Like, why? Why do you need me as a friend on Facebook?
Well, then you can also accept the. Oh no, then I was gonna say block them, but then they still see your stuff. Trying to think of the.
I will
that
say-
everyone has that not so PC uncle or aunt, and you're just like,
or
"Ah, if
every
I
relative
unfriend
in your
you,
family.
if
Yeah,
I
pretty much.
unfriend you,
If you're
then
from
you
Jersey.
see it and you cause family drama. But if I block you, haha."
Here's what you do. You accept it and then you mute them. You don't block them because it'll tell them they're blocked. You mute them so they send you things. And you just go, no, I never got it. I don't know. I guess Facebook's messed up.
I don't think it tells them they've been blocked anymore.
Oh, if it does,
It's when
okay.
Yeah.
Well, my strategy needs updating. I need an updated guide on that, apparently.
Sorry. I may have just done it yesterday. It's the only reason I know it's fresh.
Oh, man. All right, so as everyone has been able to tell, just like with Final Fantasy XIV at the moment, there isn't a whole lot to talk about that's Final Fantasy XIV related. I mean, here's the thing. It's not that there isn't. It's that we find there's a great deal of comfort in not only talking about it, I suppose. Might be the way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
What's your prediction for FanFest? Gonna happen or no?
No.
Gone.
Nah, family.
Yeah.
Online.
I think
Nah,
it's gone.
family.
Online fan.
You think it's gonna be online or they'll push it to 2021?
Online.
I mean, online. I feel like it's going to be an online kind of akin to the 14-hour broadcast. Just no Primos concert. You're going to get a lot of panels. You're going to get a lot of information. No Primos concert. Which
It'd be kind
sucks.
of cool if people did Discord meetups, audio Discord meetups. I guess you do it on Twitch too, but you got a lot of people together and you could hang out and talk and chat about all those things you heard and learned. So it's kind of like fan to recreate that feeling of enjoying all that excitement together.
Then we need a line.
You know,
we need digital lines was what we need. then.
see, Haps is the only asshole who would think of a fucking line because of all the lines we were in fucking FanFest. No. God. Terrible.
I guess that just depends on your internet speed.
Yeah.
I was really excited that it was going to be San Diego too.
Me too. I love going back to San Diego.
That's so nice.
I gotta go get the Crab Shack. I introduced Sly to some Joe's Crab Shack down there.
You don't go to the one in Mission Valley, right?
No.
Okay.
Go to the one in downtown.
No, I was just saying because the one in Mission Valley is gone.
It was called the Crab Shack, right?
Yeah, it's called the Crab Shack. There is a Joe's Crab Shack, but there's also the Crab Shack in downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe's Crab Shack in Mission Valley is gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, our whole summer got ruined by the Rona. We had Comic-Con and then we had FanFest and TwitchCon. All in San Diego.
Sorry. Yeah.
It'll save me some money though, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save me some money too.
Saved all of us some money.
I was only going to go to TwitchCon and FanFest, but yeah, I don't see how it can happen. Here's the thing. It's not that it can't happen. It's not that it won't happen. And I think the only reason they haven't full-on canceled it yet is because they want to have a full alternative in place or a full... And they don't just want to say it's not happening and then say sorry and then they're done.
You have to have an answer.
They want a plan. They want an answer. But I just... Right. I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm hard-pressed to expect it.
I mean, if it... Bare minimum, if it does, would you actually go?
Yeah, because no one else would.
I'd still go, but I'd be wearing a fucking mask and shit.
I mean, yeah. I'm torn because, at the same time, if they said, yeah, it's happening, I'm like, I don't know, fam. I don't know.
I mean, it's easier for me because I live here, but...
I would just, if it were me and I went, I'd probably just stay in my fucking hotel room and just watch everything. Through my laptop.
It's a really weird choice to make. Why would you not?
I mean, it's a weird choice. I'm there, but I'm not there.
You could wear one of those blow up costume things, like the T-Rex.
The only reason I would go was just to get all my merch.
I was really hoping you were going to say to see you, but I guess I know what your priorities are now.
Yeah, we'll get face masks in the grab bag. That they
were
including from the Square Enix store for $100 purchase.
The funny thing is, because I went to the JP Fan Fest and they all came with masks. Mine was the Tataru. Where's my Tataru mask? Here it is. I still have it.
Oh god, that horrible fucking mask.
Oh, it's one of the crazy masks.
Mm-hmm.
So tiny.
That is the murderer mask right there.
There was an Asahi mask. That was the murderer mask
with the beard.
The beard coming.
I can see through this. These are actual eye holes too. My nose is too big for it though. It's pushing my nose to the side.
Really disconcerting.
It's all right. I'll do the rest of the podcast like this. It'll be fine.
Yeah, let's say I think you should do every podcast like that.
Oh, I don't like it.
Don't give him that fucking idea, please.
I think it's supposed to be worn like this, but this doesn't make any sense because the eyes are here, so it has to be like that.
Eyes are in the wrong
This
spot.
is literally the worst possible mask, though, for the case of doing something with COVID-19, because look at the only spot that's available to be open.
It's Lala-sized. R.I.P.
There you go. Yeah, this is clearly only meant to be worn by Lalafels. That's clearly it. Yeah, that's... I mean, yeah, I would still go. If they announce it, I would still go. If they say it's absolutely still on, I'd go because I'd assume it would have precautions and rules.
Have you seen airplanes
much
lately?
Fewer tickets sold than they originally. The whole point of getting a bigger venue was to invite more people, and they'd have to invite less people anyway. I think next month. I think June. June is when we expected the tickets to go on sale because that's every time that's when they go on sale. I think next month, next FanFest, they confirm the cancel. I mean, next live letter, they confirm cancellation.
I look forward. I do look forward to FanFest every 2 years. We didn't go to the first one. We went to the second and the one after that. And I have such a blast hanging out with you guys and meeting everyone and going to the festival and getting all the information and everything too. But it's something so wonderful to meet people in person that you can talk about your game that you can't really talk about.
Yeah, we even went
out
to
in the world because people think you're crazy.
We even went to an offsite event last time of people that didn't have tickets to the Fan Fest and just hung out with them. They had a live stream set up and it was cool.
Yeah, it's just fun to meet the community, support the community. My last job actually had a coworker who was a WoWer, and we would talk about our games together because it was somebody you could talk to about your game, but then like have to translate for one another.
I knew that
So it
life.
was
I went to a WoW LAN house and I played 11 there. So they were like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And I was like, "You guys are listen. We're just hanging out, all right? I'm just playing 11. You guys are. I don't want to run Nax Ramus. Like I'm good. Like I'm just."
Why did you go there and then play a different
They
game?
were my friends.
Okay. I actually come from the age of LAN parties too. I remember like lugging all my stuff
See,
over
it
and
wasn't
hanging out with
a
my
LAN
friends.
party. It was a LAN house because there was no supervision and like 9 of us at all times. So everyone just put their computers there, and that was where we went.
Oh.
We called it the Beta Rho Omega House. That should be obvious, Sly. Come on.
I know.
It was
Bro.
Jersey. What are you fucking surprised? 5 a.m. trips to get cheesy tots at the fucking Burger King, man.
Fucking terrible.
A lot of beer pong and
And
Final Fantasy 11.
technically, it should have been Beta Rho Omicron.
Yeah, well, shut up.
That's exactly what I would have said. Sorry.
Because
I'll still get down with some beer
trust
pong.
me, the end of the night was something that everyone forgot. So the Greek alphabet, also something everyone forgot. It only works so much.
Say they blacked out. Kidding.
They blacked out. I only black out when I'm being successful. Everyone else in New Jersey blacks out from getting drunk.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you're not successful when you're drunk?
Is anyone really?
Well, sometimes
bowling,
you're
I am.
trying to get drunk, so you're the
Sly, I
achievement of
can't
getting
say
there.
success and drunk necessarily mix with you. If getting drunk is the goal, then that's success.
Got to be good at something.
So what was your goal, Sly?
In regard to what?
Anything.
Yeah.
I said successful when drunk, and he raised his hand and said, "I have." What was the goal? Sly's always
An advanced physical geography exam.
Physical geography? Climbing a
Yeah.
mountain?
Showing up for work the next day?
advanced
really young.
physical geometry. Is it weird? I want to
geometry.
disregard the rest of the
Geography.
What is physical geography?
yeah.
It was part of the coursework that I had to take. It really wasn't different. The funny thing is, it really wasn't any different from the standard geography classes that we had to take. But
Yeah, because what helps physical geography?
Was it like topography and stuff as well involved? And then meteorology was kind of thrown in a little bit.
Physical geography would have to be going to the
astronomy.
place.
And astronomy. They threw in a little bit of astronomy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it takes it in more than just the layout of everything, but it also takes up what it's made out of.
It's 3-dimensional. It's 4-dimensional.
Yeah. Well, no, wouldn't that be?
Yeah.
They added smell. Smell the soil.
No, it's time. It's not smell.
No, smells
You
the
don't-
4th dimension now.
you don't
Now
know
he
my
said it is,
dimension.
it is. What did
Not
Einstein
senses,
know?
babe. Not senses. Dimensions.
Same difference.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oi.
We're in
that's the
Jersey.
booze. What? Wait a minute. Excuse me. What?
Was never
I
even
thought
been
we're
there.
going by the Jersey education system.
Oh yeah. You got a good point. That's true. That's true right there. Become one with the dirt. All right. Well, it's been fun. Drinking, chilling, just talking Final Fantasy 14 and whatever comes to mind, because that's what will probably be the next several podcasts.
Get used to it.
Get used to it, yeah. Listen, we'll do some TVGs, but sometimes you just need to chill out, hang out, and have a good time. So hopefully people who are not waking up at 9 in the morning are having bevs to this. But with that, I do want to seriously say that we should maybe consider wrapping up if we don't have anything else to talk about and move on to a short post show.
Only thing we have coming up is that Moogle event that I can
talked
think
about
of.
them. Yeah, we talked about the tombstones.
Man, that event makes me sad.
Why is that?
Because every single time that they've done it, it's been 4 weeks before the patch. And I have no
it's gonna
doubt
be
that
longer.
was the plan.
Aw,
That it was
Yeah.
going to be a June 16th patch.
Mm-hmm.
that does make sense.
So
the only thing I'm excited for is I can get that one minion from the anti-tower that I never had drop for me. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember which one is which. There's one I don't have.
The blue or the red, yeah.
Meanwhile, chat wants to talk about Estinian in a towel on the Twitter on the Final Fantasy.
Oh my god, that was hilarious! The fan art where he was like pushing himself up but not using his hands.
Was that fan art or was that Square Enix
That one was fan art. He was using his one arm with his knuckles down in the Square Enix art, but in the fan art, it wasn't. It was no hands.
No hands. Yeah, they also had Crystal Exarch making sandwiches today.
Sandwiches, yeah.
And then
I'll say celebrating Christmas, or it looked
Thank
like
you.
for whatever reason.
No,
I'm like, wait, is Alce celebrating Christmas? What's going on here?
Well, they said she's like working out, but she looks like she's crying and she's holding a cup of coffee. I was really confused by this image.
I need to find this one.
Yeah. She was working out in what looked like Christmas gear. I
didn't think she was.
No, she's
crying.
wearing that's her standard gear. That's her normal gear.
But the way they drew it looked like Christmas gear.
Because they tried to make it look sexy, and it's like the same exact gear. But
I don't want to get into the discussion about that. But regardless.
Yeah.
How is she working out with like a cup of coffee?
And then look at her face. Zoom into her face. She's got like tears coming down. Like other people are saying, I cry when I have to work out. I was super confused.
She's sweating.
Out of her eyes?
Yeah, she's sweating.
I've sweat out of my eyes. Listen, I've done insanity. I've sweat out of my eyes before.
You sweat here, and you sweat like here.
You sweat anywhere you have pores.
You obviously never exerted yourself.
Why the fucking
you sweat
mug,
all
though?
over.
It doesn't make sense.
It's
like,
full
why
of
the
Red
mug?
Bull.
Listen, all I can say is that for some reason her outfit there just looks like a Christmas outfit. Just the way it's
red
framed.
doesn't mean Christmas.
But it's not even the red. It's like the furry white part. Like just seeing
the
it drawn out
poofiness.
like that. Yeah, poofy white.
I
part
see
of
what you're
red.
seeing.
It's got a little Miss Claus to it.
It's post-workout
familiar-
tea. Yeah, it's post-workout tea. She's done working out.
Then what?
And then the Oriange one looks like so wholesome.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
nothing.
Oh no, yeah.
That's
he's
the
just reading
first
a
one
book.
where he's reading.
Yeah, he's reading a book. It was so boring. I forgot.
Sounds like her.
What?
Sounds like Oriange.
No.
So boring.
Okay, so
if I could kill anyone in the game, it'd be Uriange.
Someone needs to make a drinking game. Mr. Happy, you're playing through the game. So, like, the must-needs drinking game needs to happen.
Sorry, I already played the Prey Return game. I don't need to play the must-needs game.
The must-needs. My God. So many needs.
No, I'm good. I'm definitely good on that. But yes, there's the Moogle Trove event that's coming back, and no doubt it's unfortunately going to be running much longer than it initially did. It begins next Monday, I believe, on the 18th. Yeah, today's Tuesday. That makes sense. That's how the calendar works, I believe. And then it's going to have a few things on there. It's going to have a Mama Shiva collar. It's kind of creepy, in my opinion.
A neckerchief.
It's really creepy. I don't understand the collars with the heads on them. Like, I don't like
I don't understand them, but I always get them.
I don't. Like, it's like a pride. Like, I'm not a gotta catch 'em all person. I don't need to have everything. If I'm not going to use it as a glamour, or I'm not going to put it on my character, I don't care if I have it.
Yeah, I'm in her boat. I don't care.
No.
I still get it, because what else am I going to use those things from? Like, I'll still get the tomes from the MSQ roulette, because I'll level an alt during that. It's not. I'll never do MSQ roulette with only XP or only Moogle tomes, but if you combine them, then I'll do it.
Now that I have a better frame of how long it takes, I might be more willing to. It took me 28 minutes to do Castrum and 42 minutes to do Praetorian.
Yeah, and you just watch YouTube while you're doing it.
Or you live stream and let your chat keep you sane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wanted to do like a media share for that next time.
There you go.
Just watch the videos that people suggest while we go through it.
Oh, that'd be fun. A nice way to
idea.
do that. Yeah.
But yeah,
I just don't do it.
No. Still won't do it, but the idea is there.
Can't make me. You do it by yourself. Have fun.
Yeah. But there's also the Zervin mount, which is there. I don't have that. There's the Susano mount, which I've lost way too many times and don't have that.
Those are like the two mounts I have. I think I only have two from, what was that, Stormblood? Those are the only two I have.
Of course. They usually do the ones that aren't as hard to get. They're just your drop rate luck.
Listen, the only last time I beat Zervin was when I soloed him. And I'm not doing that for the mount. I'm not doing that as many times as I need to for the mount.
Do it 98 more times.
Yeah, I'd rather not do that if I have a choice, to be honest. Not take the one, call it a victory, and didn't win it. So I will take it from this. But then again, I'm never really that motivated by this event. I'm not gonna lie.
Neither am I.
It is things I want, and I'm like, yeah, but PSO2 will be out on PC at the end of May, and I'm like,
Well, you can earn the tomes just by doing your normal stuff.
Yeah.
Fine.
The only thing I really
normally do Stormblood 24 man's main scenario, Roulette, Orm Vale, or Darkhold. That's not on my to-do list normally.
It's basically everything that had a long queue they just put in there.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
See, I actually
Like they just want to incentivize it. That's it. Yeah.
I loved the bird mounts. I thought they were so large and majestic and beautiful. And the wolf mounts to me, which like people call dogs, I actually don't. I don't know. I don't like calling them dogs. I call they're wolves.
Puppers.
Yeah.
We have to abbreviate everything. They weren't eagles. They were birds. They weren't horses. They were ponies.
I didn't like them. Like I didn't care about them. And so again, it goes back to the do you want to own it and put the effort into it? If I don't want to own it, I'm not going to use that mount on my character. I'm not going to put the effort into trying to get it. And I actually didn't really like any of the wolves. So I don't own a single one because I didn't like them and I didn't care to get them. I
still just use my chocobo 99% of the time.
I've got Ozma. That's all. I got Ozma, a Malboro, a shark, and Granddaddy Ramu. That's all I need right now.
Except the Ozma mount, one of the races sits on it like Indian style. Probably a new word, like cross-legged.
Yeah. No, I call that's what we called it where I grew up too, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And I know that position's not like how you would sit in this, but it when someone's flying away from me and I see them from behind, it looks like they're sitting on a toilet or something. To me, every time.
You sit on toilets very differently than most people then.
No, I don't know. It's just because the back straight up and there's something about the shape of it. And then when they're on the cube and the point is up their butt and they're sitting on it cross-legged, I'm like, none of this looks okay.
There's a platform that's invisible.
Is there a platform?
Sort of. There's little things that suspend.
Why are we trying to legitimize this?
All right. That's
something I observed in game that I found really awkward. Why? Sorry, this is a shit podcast. That's my excuse for everything.
Excuse?
Just trying to acclimate you.
There you go.
And that's
what you said.
Callback.
You said acclimate.
That callback.
Yeah,
you asked for a word. I didn't know what word you were thinking of. I just said
with
something.
The right first letter.
Yeah, he started with A, and he was going to work his way down the list. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. But other than that, yeah, there probably won't be much going on. I kind of wish they'd bring back some not seasonal, some limited time events. They mentioned the Yokai Watch event should be coming back.
Yokai's coming back. It's coming.
Please.
I mean, we know it's coming, Sly. We just don't know when.
No.
At least they didn't have to do anything. They can probably just hit a switch and make it live again.
Well, they did say they added four new items.
Yeah.
They added Dancer.
Did you do it before, Sly? Or did you avoid it like the plague? I can't tell by
I got 2 mounts.
First time, yes. Anytime after that, fuck that. Why? Don't bring that shit back ever, please.
But think about the blue mages during the Yokai event. Think about them all one-shotting the face and ruining it for everyone else.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm gonna do.
You're gonna be that person.
The 7 of you who are in my party, throw a fish and then I'm killing that monster in one hit. Okay? That's what's happening. Everyone get credit with your fish, and then I'm casting fucking level 5 death. Okay, that's what's happening right now. Okay. Yeah, the Yokai Watch event. Yeah, they mentioned, this was back in December, that they had mentioned the Yokai Watch event would be returning with a Dancer weapon, a Gunbreaker weapon, a Samurai weapon, and a Red Mage weapon.
Makes sense.
And this would be the perfect time. I mean, I'm sure it's not ready, and that's the reason why, or it's been a lower priority thing, but even the 15 event, I don't know, I'm surprised they haven't turned some of the just old collaboration events back on during this time, or at least considered it.
I'll agree with that.
I wonder if a contractual thing with their partners.
Yeah. I mean,
but there are seasonal or limited events that aren't contractual. They could bring back the old lightning event or something.
Yeah, I feel like within the company, Square Enix probably has a bit of control over bringing back stuff like 15 and versus and 11 and 13
Dragon
and stuff.
Quest.
Yeah, and Dragon Quest and whatnot.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Like, bring those ones back. But I don't know how difficult that would be for them to implement. But it would be.
Or, just have like a
time fill.
persistent PvP that matters and give us something to do during content
That's
lulls.
called the
just wants
Garo
all-
event. Is what you're referring
fucking
to.
shade.
He's referring to what's known as the
fucking
Garo
shade.
event.
No, not
Which
Garo.
again, like, bring that back.
let
Garo's
me-
good.
No, the
Let me
Garo
tell
event's
you-
never coming back. Sly was there for
Let-
like 2.5 years. It's never coming back.
It was
People
good.
ain't got their horses though. Like, people need their horses.
When I realized I had to win that many times, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's not going to happen."
Why do I feel like I'm the only one who actually did Garo just to get the horses?
No, didn't care.
I
I
got
did it
one
for the
horse.
gear on multiple classes.
Yeah, I think I got one horse too.
I mean, I have
I
my
got all the
Falcon
gear.
mount. I really haven't touched Feast since getting my Falcon. Not my Falcon, my Gloria. The little scoot airship mount that you can ride on. That's the last time I like feasted in God knows how long. I mean, even just some sort of PvP event, and we also have the potential Make It Rain event in June. That will probably be appearing. Our annual Gold Saucer. Let's go do Leap of Faith Sly event.
They should just add more items to the gold saucer all the time. Because I have like 3.5 million MGP that I have nothing to spend on.
You know how I beat those jumping games? I ring to my partner when he gets to the top.
Well, that's not part
Not
of the
that
gold
one, but just
saucer.
in general. Like all of the things like, look, I got to the top of the Kurenai Tower. Awesome, I ringed there. I don't jump.
I jump a lot. I love
I
jumping.
don't jump. No.
If they would let me make my own jump puzzle, I would do it.
Have you seen that there's a video of someone who did it in like housing and they did it so large they actually like broke the size of the house and it becomes this huge like other dimension kind of thing?
See, I'm under
It's really cool.
the assumption that happy is the reason that we have jumping puzzles in this game right now.
No, because we'd
talked
have
about
way
this.
more of them if it were up to me.
I like jump puzzles.
He loves them.
Guild Wars 2's best content was jump puzzles. Changed my mind.
Oh God.
The clock tower event in Guild Wars 2 was the only content in Guild Wars 2 I needed. All right.
What else are you going to do when you're waiting in a DPS queue?
Well, you're not
was
doing
literally
Leap of
yelling-
Faith if you're in a DPS queue because it requires you to queue.
Oh,
You're doing Kugane,
Kugane
maybe.
Tower.
I was yelling at Dragon Age yesterday because I'm like, this game does not have jump puzzles. Why are you making me do this? Like, no. I don't want them in any game I play.
I did Ultimate
At
Ninja
all.
Warrior or Ultimate Eorzea Warrior as well. I got to the top of that. That was a great deal of fun. All I'm saying is if you let me make one in game, I would make one.
No.
So just
I'll
let
send
me
you that
know.
video
family.
later for the
Nah,
one that did it in the
family, I'm
house
good.
so that it might be a way to get you into housing because you have to learn how to float items.
No, that's never gonna happen.
You know what else would be nice to have right now that we aren't going to get this patch is a deep dungeon.
Oh no.
I like deep dungeons. That's
Me too, once.
for 4-person content. I like it a lot.
It is that kind of like mid-range, more difficult 4-person, takes you a long time content that you don't have
See,
a lot
I
of.
only find it interesting to solo, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to spend the days and weeks and whatever doing it because I think I'd get bored just
fair.
doing deep dungeons. I luckily don't do them to level, and if I'm not doing them to level, and I'm not doing
I
them
never do
solo,
them to
I'm not
level.
doing them.
No, I still enjoy them. I don't know how many times I've wiped at floor 180 in Palace of the Dead, but
It's way easier now, thankfully. It's a lot of the changes and the way people know how to get around things now, at the very least.
yeah.
Easier is a word that I could...
Also missing Hildebrand as well.
Yeah, we still don't know about that. We don't know if it's missing or if they were saving it for part 2. It's a big question mark. Luckily, I plan to spend a great deal of time in the Bosgen front. The southern Bosgen front, personally, as a European pleb.
I hope we don't have a elemental-esque type leveling
We
system
already
in
know
there.
we do. It's in the thing.
Hopefully it's not as worthless as that.
Listen, my elemental levels were strong, okay?
I mean, there was no nuance to it. It was put everything in one thing. And then just rotate it.
Hey, I had the extra 2. I had 7 elementals, so I was all good. I was like, yeah, I could put 4 in. I could do a 4 and 3 split. I could do a 5 and 2. I was feeling good. And
that's one thing I miss from Dark Age is like having like specialization trees. Like every character is the same in this. Like all black mages are the same. All paladins are the same. There's no differentiating. Like
we could have a real discussion about that, but I have a feeling it would result in yelling and shouting.
Like I'd like to put more points in shield, do a little less DPS, and take more damage.
I feel like if you want that, you should play a different game.
Damn. Get told.
Okay.
And on that mic drop, that, ladies and gentlemen, holy shit. Ooh.
Woo! Like he just doesn't play any other games, and if I want to play that, I'll play ESO, and then boom, I can build my character however I want, and I can do whatever rotation I want. I can wear whatever gear I want. I can customize it. I can have a big fat booty if I want. I can do whatever I want in a different game.
Okay, but see, here's the thing: the booty thing. A lot of people criticize Final 14 is fair. Is pretty fair. Unfortunately, the 2B thing has largely shut those people up.
Booty.
I was on the butt slider. Well, I don't even need a butt slider. I just want a butt that isn't like negative, because they like are almost concave.
Ass.
I want, because you look at the back of your character more than you do the front of your character.
Right,
I'm a potato. I look ahead because I can see past me.
I play a Vieira because they have my hair, big curly hair. I love my Vieira, but you look at the butt, and I personally, if I had a choice, I'm more of a butt girl than I am a boob girl, and I'd be fine having itty bitty front, and then being able to have a little bit more in the back. It's a preference thing, though, and it's silly to give one and not the other. I also just don't like how like flat the butts are.
So I just want to tell you to play a different game.
Like the 2B butt, if that was the standard butt, I'd be fine. Would you feel it? Didn't hear him.
My God.
I get to tell you to play a different game.
I already do.
Oh, fuck. I'm so glad we had this show. I'm so glad. Thank you.
Sly doesn't like ironing boards. Wow, Discord's getting bad. Holy shit. You just completely lost all your quality in like a second. It's on my end, clearly.
I just faded her with that.
Well, we're playing Minecraft, right? This is like the Minecraft video?
Yeah, you just became Steve. And according to you, Steve has about as much ass as our 14 characters, so.
He does! It's flat! Like, it's just... That's why people were so excited about the 2B butts. It literally just took the butt from this to like a little bit of bubble. It's not even a big booty, it's just a little bit of bubble. That's all people want. That's it.
I love the outrage when they fixed that.
I mean, that outrage was also joined by 15 minutes of Yoshi P doing this to explain it, so...
I just did that without even, like, that's the little bit of bubble.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing, if you're going to get me on appearances, sorry, I want my hairstyles for the Vieira or the Hrothgar, at least the ones I paid cash money for. Like, I don't need all the extra hairstyles at one time. It upsets me that they keep putting effort into other things when they're like, hey, if you could just give us, instead of new hairstyles, give some of the people some of the ones they actually paid cash for. That would be nice.
I play this game very differently, thankfully. These are problems I fortunately have managed to avoid.
But it would be frustrating if
It certainly would.
Yeah, like, I don't need all the hairstyles. I just would like... It, in the very least, some of the ones I paid money for, or I put effort into collecting in game. Like, come on.
Where do you guys stand? Did you like the way they implemented Vieira and Hrothgar, or would you rather have both genders of one of them?
I don't give a fuck. It so does not matter to me. I play a potato.
You don't change ever?
No.
I have not used a Fantasia once in this game. No.
I did when I lost a bet and I had to go Femro.
Yeah, but Myrtle Whoop is a Femro, so that's fine.
But I got to design her, and she was basically She-Hulk with green skin and purple hair. She's amazing.
I was going to say, and that's not a bad thing.
No, it was amazing. I don't Fantasia often. The problem is that I actually really, really love the character design of the Vieira. I really like my character. I know I'm not going to be Fantasiaing again. And so that's why it's frustrating for me. And also, we kind of talked, Peter and I kind of talked about this recently, where all the other races, you get like a kind of a rich backstory and like what happened with them and where they came from. And I feel like with the Vieira and the Hrothgar, it's kind of split because they did both. So not only do you get one sex of each, but you also get like half the backstory that we would normally get. Because
I know a lot about Hrothgar and Vieira. I know a lot about Hrothgar.
With Vieira, we got like well, you kind of learned a little bit before the Vieira came. Like we learned all about it before they got here. We learned that backstory, but yeah, you're right. There's still,
and we also have the tribes on the first, and the Hrothgar we know are a matriarchal society.
Mm-hmm.
We know quite a bit about them and their origins in Ilsebard, and now we're getting to explore it more with Bozja. Mm-hmm. Although our Gunbreaker quest guy has not shown up yet, surprisingly, and Bozja, I don't know how that's managed to not be a thing just yet. Because I feel like he should be pretty important. Just a feeling I've got. There you go.
Maybe that person was somebody who, when they started working remotely, couldn't get their network to connect. I don't know. I'm trying to help.
What?
Content wasn't released.
They're all working at home now.
Because they're working at home now?
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
It's a very bad joke. Trying to give him something. It was literally a very, very loose one guy working on it. No.
I wish I could hit you. I wish I could hit you with the crickets right now.
He likes the sound bites on his stream deck.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't do a good cricket impersonation, so that's the best. The best I've got is just me going.
Yep.
Because I feel like crickets should have, if they had human faces, that's what it would be all the time. Just be like.
With the cricket noise?
Yeah, but with the cricket
actually
noise.
making noise?
Yeah, the whole time. Yeah. The whole time. That's it. That's what a cricket would look like with a human face. And it would also be terrifying, because I don't want to imagine that anymore. Okay. Now, 15 minutes ago, I said we were probably going to wrap up the show in a few minutes.
Sorry.
I don't even remember how we got from that to crickets with faces.
We started talking about Final Fantasy.
He had a bad joke.
All I remember is two people got told to play different games, and
this show has been fucking amazing. Thank you so much. My God.
It's been a show, all right.
Please.
It's been a hell of a show.
Yes. Yes.
So on that note, we normally wrap up at about this time, and I think now would be an okay time to wrap up as well. That way we can go get dinner and whatnot. For Sly, it's pretty late also. It's like 9 p.m. for him.
Pretty late? Really?
I mean, I don't know what your sleep schedule is like anymore.
Fuck, I'm happy if I get to bed at like 1.
Jesus fucking Christ, Sly.
Nope.
Ugh.
That's him.
Kill me. The thought of that. Kill me. No, can't do it.
I know.
I'm old man. I'm going to bed. That's it. That's how it I gotta go to bed. That's what she said. First impression. I gotta go to bed. That's who I am, Sly. Can't help it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I was like, oh.
So with that, we would like to thank Shit for joining us.
It was our pleasure.
It was wonderful.
I was hoping for a pun. I was like, maybe they have a pun for this.
Holy.
Right. No. That's it. I'm sure one will happen before the end of the show still. But thank you so much for joining us for this episode of State of the Realm.
Thank you so much.
Before we wrap up, before we let you do your little outro, which, by the way, you guys may not know this, but I lost all of my assets for State of the Realm some time ago, so nameplates are not a thing anymore outside of this because I don't have them, and I need to have them all completely remade from scratch. Thank you, hard drive that bricked.
Ooh.
Thank you. Yeah, that's why you should have backups of things, guys.
Yep.
Don't be me. Don't make that mistake. Before we wrap up and let you guys do your outro, though, we do want to do a call back to our sponsor shout out at the start. Of course, we shouted out Steel Series, who's been sponsoring the show, but the patrons whose name have been scrolling in the top right. There's a bunch of people there who have been supporting for way longer than their names would imply, because there's a lot of people who've had to pull out because of everything going on for the time being. But we're leaving their names there out of respect because, well, they've been supporting the show, and odds are they're still tuning in and enjoying it, and I hope it's still bringing them joy and entertainment and whatever it can possibly do in this medium. Oh, God, no, Ethos isn't here. Don't do it, Alice. Stop it. Don't do that. Ethos isn't even here. Ugh, all right. Well, thank you to all of our...
Fucking do it.
No, don't do it. Thank you to all of our
Fucking
patrons.
do it.
Thank you to all of our patrons on the list, Sly. Stop. Thank you to all of them. And also thank you to our patrons of darkness. I want you to burn so badly, Sly. So badly do I want you to suffer, and you have no idea. Thank you to our patrons of darkness as well, those who have gone above and beyond. Khuja Cross on Jenova and Kurenai Oni. So there's the first one, and I'm always scared because we've had a lot of issues with OBS crashing, like before the show in the past few weeks. I'm always scared about like moving scenes around, but we had Khuja Cross first. We have Alice. Jesus fucking Christ! I just looked over. Thank you to both of you for supporting, and thank you for being patrons of darkness for State of the Realm.
Yes, so much.
Thank you to everyone who has sponsored us over there. And now with that, thank you for joining us. Both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Avi, Pete, thank you so much.
Thank you for what has certainly been an eventful podcast, to say the least.
Total shit show.
There it is. I was waiting for it. That was the cue, and it's been like 3 minutes, and now there you go. It's all right. So you just do the sign off on this screen because, again, the other screens are all sorts of screwed up right now, and I'd have to put two of you on one screen, and the dimensions will look kind of weird anyway. So it kind of works out this way. So where can they find She Heals I Tank at? The floor is yours. Where's the audio? Oh. We destroyed their audio. Oh God. I see what happened. I see exactly what happened. Yeah, so he disconnected from the call, and all the audio is coming through him because they have one audio source coming through. Yeah, he's on his way back. Yeah, so we're gonna give everyone an explanation of what's happening right now. So because they're both sitting in the same room next to each other, they're, instead of both having two different.
Hello?
I can hear you. There we go.
Hey.
I'm gonna assume that's Discord's fault.
I don't know. His computer's got like the sad face and everything, like the big sad blue screen of death, and he's like, "IT wife, fix my computer." Is basically what I'm getting.
Your microphone's way louder than. Oh, there he is in the back. Look there.
Okay, I'll move it back. It's because I called it a shit show. That's what happened. It was like, oh, really? And done.
It had to end that way. There it is. Yeah, so I was explaining to people, because there he goes, and now it's all whatever. That's what it's gonna be. It's only Sly that's cut in half. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, so then the reason I plugged in my computer, so at least I can do the outro. Pete and I do She Heals I Tank. It's a podcast we've been recording for 200 plus episodes. Every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can find us She Heals I Tank. Basically, any podcatcher. We're live on Twitch. He streams Tuesday, Wednesday, and he's been going through all of the older Final Fantasy games in reverse. So he actually skipped the old 7 to play the remastered 7. I don't know what he's going to do after that. He's going to play the old 7 or what. So Pete's expanding his Final Fantasy realm. But yeah.
I think my computer overheated because that asshole cat was laying.
The cat was.
I've had that happen.
Computer.
I've had that happen. I've had that happen. I know that life.
Okay. But I've had so much fun hanging out with you guys. I kept forgetting we were doing a podcast, and that's I think why we got so bad on the tangents is because it was just really fun hanging out with you.
It's so much better that way.
I'd love it if you guys came and did something with us sometime. Not putting you on the spot, just throwing that out there because this was so fun.
Absolutely.
And the content level is wonderful for stuff. But thank you. I appreciate you guys. Oh, Pete's computer's working again, so yay.
Yeah.
That's definitely better than it not working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue screen, you never know.
It's almost insulting that the blue screen has a sad face. Whose fucking idea was that?
It's back.
Oh,
Leave it alone and let it cool off.
Yeah, let it cool off.
Leave it alone.
It's almost fucking insulting that a BSOD has a fucking sad face on it. It's like, oh.
It is. It's like I'm already upset. You're gonna have to like throw some salt in it, like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your PC's not working. That's so sad. There you go.
Oh, he's got raid coming up too, you guys.
Yeah, definitely let your PC cool off then, because you definitely don't want that happening, and your cat is not allowed to go. I've had to kick my cat, not literally, but kick my cat off the top of my computer too many times. I started putting tinfoil up there so he didn't like touching it and just not having it cover the fans.
The top of my tower has like a very light push button. I actually had to like tape a little box over it so that he would stop stepping on it.
Yeah,
because he would just walk and turn the whole thing off.
Tinfoil was the thing I taped over that. And there he goes.
He's another drink now, I think.
Just leave it.
Yeah, he won't be coming back.
No, I imagine that. Well, Sly, which half of you would like to do your part of the sign-off? That one? Okay. That one would like to do it? Are you sure?
No. The mic's on this side.
Okay, then you're Vegan Pete now.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Vegan Pete. You can find me at She Heals I Tank. Kidding. Fuck. Hi. This has been a fucking amazing episode. This is like, I can't wait for the next ones. I can't wait for next week, Happy. I really can't.
Next week we're gonna have Gamer Escape on.
Oh fuck. I'm excited. I'm sorry, I'm geeked. Like when he said that, I'm geeked. Oh shit. You can find me at twitch.tv/Sly, aka Gray Fox. Yeah, big ass content lol. So what am I doing? Playing shit other than Final Fantasy. Started Pillars of Eternity this week because, like the whole CRPG kick. Played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, loved it. Because even further, on Sunday, I plan on doing Divinity Original Sin 2 with people I trust.
No, you don't trust them anymore.
No. I trust these. I think I do. We'll see. Okay. But yeah, we're doing Divinity Original Sin 2 on Sunday. And we'll see how it goes.
You got this.
I do. I don't know about them. Yeah. Again, it's the whole people debuff. We'll see. Haps, what are you doing?
You can find me, Mr. Abby1227, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. just can't stop. He's just in the off to the side. There you go. Just creeping in the frame back there. You can find me, Mr. Abby1227, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I'm doing a bunch of new player stuff as of late. Today we started a new player gatherer and crafter experience after finishing a Realm Reborn restart, where I started with just over 3,000 gil, and we're gonna see how much gil or how many levels we can gain with all the crafters with just that much to start. And we're gonna hope for the best on that one. We also have Final Fantasy XI's 18th anniversary, which is this month. Free login starts on Friday. We've been playing a little bit beforehand. And there's also Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which hopefully I don't hate as much as I hated Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because I hated Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I really hope I don't hate Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and then PSO2 has its PC launch at the end of the month. And so there's a lot of things going on, and I just hope that they all go well, because if they don't, there's going to be a long next couple months waiting for Final Fantasy 14. So please, games, be good. That's all I ask. That's it. That's all I want. It's not a lot. Just be good. Just be fun. Just have a good time. Yeah. YouTube videos.
Or you can start decorating your house.
I could not do that also, weirdly enough. I have my Animal Crossing house. Oh, yeah, and my Animal Crossing house where we have the watering squad that comes over all the time. We get 5 people to water the flowers, and we only need 1 more. We need a blue rose, and that motherfucker doesn't want to appear. So every day I wake up disappointed until that motherfucker shows up, and then that's what my plan is right now.
He's still behind me, isn't he?
Fucking,
He's in a
Fucking
different
amazing
spot, but he
show.
is behind you. Yeah.
fucking amazing show. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So with
I
that,
can't wait for next week.
I think we're going to sign off and do a short post show.
I don't want that shit to be short. Fuck.
And then I'm
God
gonna go,
damn.
And then I'm gonna go eat, and then I gotta get this all set up to be on YouTube and
Yep.
audio format for tomorrow as it normally is. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you again to She Heals I Tank. Both of you.
Thank you so much.
Both of you. He can't hear me right now, but both of you. And I think he can tell by our facial expressions we're talking about him.
Yes.
And as we go into the short post show, thank you everyone for hanging out. Join us next week where the members of Aetheryte Radio will be joining us from over at Gamer Escape, and he's now gone. So thank you for hanging out, and we will see all of you for the next Podcatser Highlight Month.
We'll see you next week, everybody.
Pum. We'll see you next week. So thanks and bye.